Hi, Maddie here. Today I want to talk about identity. Oh my god, what a fun topic, right? You have gender identity, or you do identify as male, as non-binary, as female, and there's a lot that goes into the need of solidifying that. That's what I want to have a conversation on right now, is like the need for identity is maybe superficial and short-lived, and identity maybe serves a purpose for other people to identify. But really, I think the important thing for us to think about is, yes, there are different areas that I want to identify on the spectrum, but I also want to embrace some of these core human emotions like love, intimacy, fulfillment within what I'm doing, fulfillment with what I'm sharing with the world, and less about identity, because identity is so personal, and interaction and engagement and contribution is more universal. So I think that's maybe the biggest thing. The biggest thing as I go through my journey is really finding the right balance between having an identity that, oh, by the way, can be extremely flexible. I mean, I went as a heterosexual male to identifying as a woman, and I still act very similar, but a lot of things I started shedding along the way. So really reframing and reinventing what that identity looks like. So identities are fluid, and also don't ground yourself so strongly, or I'm talking to myself. I shouldn't be grounding myself so strongly in a trans identity or LGBTQ identity, because then you're creating separation between other groups. I identify myself as a human, and a human has the same needs that everybody else does. And from that lens, I think on a very, hopefully, universal level. And I would take that one step further. Is I would say I'm a being on this world with many different types of beings, from animals to plants to spirits and beyond, the things that we don't understand. So I'm just part of that experience, and I'm here to be, and my identity is not the end of it. And if my identity diminishes to nothingness, then that is what it needs to be. Be comfortable with your identity and being flexible with it. Think of maybe your identity as not like this rigid thing, but maybe this pair of like super comfy sweats where maybe it grows one week and then it shrinks another week and then it grows another week, and there's a lot of capacity within this identity to really foster what these core pieces are, that the core pieces that mean to be human. So really think through the need for having a firm identity, or one that's an identity that's maybe separatist or exclusionary. Try to think of it broadly. This is like a stream of thought on identity and the flexibility that we need for identity in order to really embrace ourselves in a world that changes so much. So that's all I have. Thank you. Hi, Maddie here. Today we're going to talk about goblins and goblins, because I just want to talk about something completely crazy. So goblins and goblins. Blah. This is me thinking what to talk about. Alright, so this is my challenge to myself, that I need some fun. I don't need them, but it would be nice to interject some fun, light topics. I feel like a lot of the stuff I talk about is so like intense, because that's what I'm feeling, and maybe I just need to like fucking lighten up a little bit and like, oh, feel that fresh air. Yeah, that's what I need to do. So, right. Ciao.